And with that, an amazing showcase of tongue twisters, because my tongue was not up to the amazingness we got to see, and of course, chameleons being twisted in a run, in a race, and in the future, if you like to join, if you like to follow, checking out the runners and the communities, of course. Next up, we have Ozmourn on Lightmatter, any percent, no major glitches, and after that, also Ozmourn and Thai Chamber, 100%, and the bonus any percent run right after that. This is also the end of my shift, but I thank everybody who put in $1 or more, or even cents. I don't know. Maybe you don't have the means, but like to support any way you can by sharing this marathon, by inviting people, maybe even getting your parents on board, like Quillen did. Shoutouts to Quillen and all the parents. And I hope you're going to have a great day. I know I will sit back, relax, and enjoy what's to come, because it will be amazing. This was Friendship Cannon, your friendly artillery fire support. And up next on the hosting chair will be Damon, Fighter of the Nightman. Enjoy, have a good time. We love seeing you all around here.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dayman, and I'm going to be in charge of this next tier hosting shift. We have some great runs coming up, just as Friendship Cannon was telling you about. Some great puzzle runs from Ozmourn in Lightmatter and Antechamber. And we still have a few more incentives that we'd like to get some attention to. We have the bonus score attack in Hotline Miami. We have a couple more hours still left for that one, and we are at $42 out of $60. And later on, in Omega Boost, we can upgrade to hard mode. We need $100 total for that, and we are currently sitting at $25. Still plenty of time for that one, but please do your best to get those donations in. It'll be just a couple more minutes here, and then we'll be on with the show. All right, we're going to take one more pause for the cause and be right back with Ozmourn's great runs.
"100 years. That's how long caring people like you have been supporting Save the Children and changing lives. Our story began when our founder, Eglantine Jebb, fought to save children whose lives were devastated by war, a cause that became the first global movement for children. A true changemaker, she was the first to declare that every child has the right to grow up healthy, educated, and safe. For 100 years, we've been doing whatever it takes for children, every day and in times of crisis, in the US and around the world, changing the lives of over 1 billion children. Join us in our centennial year, because you too can change lives. One small act of generosity creates lasting change for children that ripples throughout their lives, transforming their futures and ours. Changing a life lasts a lifetime.
Welcome back to Launch Party 2022. I am Dayman, and I am here with Ozmourn, here to run for us Lightmatter. Ozmourn, take it away.
Yes, hello everybody. Thank you so much for that introduction, Dayman. Today we are going to be playing two games, Lightmatter any %, no major glitches, and Anti-Chamber 100%. If you are into the entire first-person puzzle platform genre, as I am, very much akin to Portal or Myst or any kind of game like that, you're going to love what I have to offer today. First up is Lightmatter. It's a game in which you cannot touch the shadows or else they kill you. It's a very interesting concept. It was the first speedrun that I really got serious about, and showing it off in marathons really reminds me about how I fell in love with speedrunning. And so without further ado, we can just go straight in. One thing that I do need to turn on is speedrun stats, just in case it's PBs, so that it's verifiable, because we do go up IGT. And the next thing is just starting off at level 1. So the timer can begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, what exactly is Lightmatter? And what is any % no major glitches? So, for the most part, since it's a no major glitches category, we're going to be doing a lot of things intended but fast. But with that being said, we still have like a myriad of skips that we have that aren't glitches. And so right now, in these first two levels, level 1 and 2, we're just going to be introduced to the basic mechanics, moving around, pressing buttons, all that jazz. You physically cannot die in levels 1 and 2, even though there are shadows in certain places. There is no death plane coded into them, because this is supposed to be like a tutorial sequence. You're not meant to die in this section at all. It's on to level 3 that we get into the real meat and bones of the speedrun itself. But we wake up in this facility, Lightmatter Technologies. We don't really know who we are. We just know that a brutal accident has happened, an explosion of sorts that causes all shadows to eat up any and all organic material. You're going to be seeing me jump up a lot of stairs in these certain sections, because when you walk upstairs, your speed decreases ever so slightly. And then when you grind down the handrails of stairs, you're going to be sped up a little bit. So stuff like that is really, you're really going to be seeing me do a lot, just for the little time saves that add up throughout the run. Here in level 2, we get introduced to our primary antagonist, Virgil. He is like the corrupt CEO, the disembodied voice of, he's the corrupt CEO of Lightmatter, but he's also the disembodied voice, much like GLaDOS in Portal. We're going to be seeing him throughout the run, as well as another character that we're going to introduce to later. But with this first section in level 2, after walking through this door, we just need to cover up this trigger, and one thing that I like to do as I wait for this door to open right here is just walk up here and further prove that you cannot die. These are quite clearly shadows that I'm stepping in. In any other sequence should be able to kill you, but again, this is supposed to be like a tutorial section. There is no there are no like death planes coded into these areas whatsoever. But with that being said, we're just going to go up here into James's office and press this button. Open up the door that was closed in front of us. And yeah, right here in levels 1 and 2, you really just want to make sure the movement is clean as possible, and that's gonna be something that I go back to a lot. Just the movement of this run, something that's very satisfying, very good, and especially because this game has a pretty low skill floor and a really high skill ceiling. You can always keep improving, which is something that I love about this run. But with that being said, that's the end of the run. We're just gonna go up through this elevator. We're gonna go to safety, and that will be the end of the game. So yeah, GG's. Thank you so much to Speed Docs for having me on again. But yeah, ignore the 50-minute estimate. Ignore the fact that there's a death counter at the top right. Ignore the fact that I mentioned the level 3. That doesn't exist. It's fine. It's just 2 levels. This is the end of the game. But yeah, that's it. But in reality, of course, the elevator stops and it crashes because plot needs to plot. Because why wouldn't it crash? Otherwise, there'd be no game. We missed out on having the 1 in a billion chance called game skip, where it just ends the game right there. We still wonder if that's a real skip or not, but Who knows? Alright, so level 3. We crashed onto this elevator. How it didn't kill us, I have no idea. But we're just going to go straight into level 3. We're going to spam the space bar to jump here to the left. And from here on out, for the most part, every shadow that you touch will, in fact, kill you. There are certain exceptions to that. Not intended exceptions, but for the most part. But I'll mention those when we get out. Right here, we're just going to time our jumps to walk across here in level 3 as quickly as we can. Make sure that we jump across before the lights turn off and then the shadows kill us. Right here in level 4, we're going to have our first intended skip of the run.
Excellent.
Right here, at the other side, we're supposed to bring this top bridge over and then the bottom bridge.
Neither for you.
So we're actually going to move this top bridge to the right, to the left, and then to the right again. It has a little bit of delay in its movement when it comes back to the right, and if you're quick enough, you can jump across the bottom bridge before the top bridge covers it up. In order to just go across the top bridge immediately and get to the end of level 4. In level 5, there is a puzzle here. I wish I knew what it was, but we can just do that instead. Why would you solve a puzzle in a speedrun, you know? This is in like an 18-second level. I'm like 90% sure I still have the IL world record for it. I need to recheck that. Right here in level 6 is the first cycle-based level, and it's also the first level with lamps. Look at that. Lamps are heavy and clunky, as the focus groups called it. And it really goes to show in the speedrun because you cannot jump with a lamp in your hand, and your movement speed also decreases a little bit when you have a lamp in your hand. Thankfully, we did get the fast cycle for this particular level. It's really nice. But we're going to try to avoid using lamps whenever possible and really only use it picking up objects whenever necessary. Right here in level 7, we have another another kind of glitch. Like that's a pretty crazy glitch that we have here. It's the first glitch that we kind of allowed in the no major glitches run. We didn't really anticipate it as like a major glitch, but right here we're just gonna insert this lamp into the vent right here. Whenever you put a lamp into like a slanted corner like that, or a slanted platform, the physics properties of the lamp kind of get all weird, and you can just jump onto the lamp and the lamp will shoot you upwards. And so we got onto those containers, and then with those containers we were able to just go straight to the end of the level and skip a few lamp placements. Right here in level 8, this is the core. We're going to be coming back to it a lot throughout the run. It's kind of a plot focused object. And right here, we're just going to do a lot of really satisfying movement when done quickly. Right here is kind of the intended solution. Again, I feel like this is a really good example of how satisfying and how good the movement in this game can be during the speedrun. Especially when you're sitting here trying to learn it for the first time, and getting it done pretty quickly is one of the most satisfying feelings in the world. It's something that I mention in every marathon run that I do of this game because, you know, it's something that attracted me to the run. I think it's a very beginner-friendly run. With that being said, you know, again, it was the first marathon. It was the first run that I got really invested in. And so, you know, if you're looking for a new speed game, I highly recommend this be one of them. Or you want to just get into speedrunning for the first time, I think this is a pretty good one. But right here in level 9 is another cycle-based level. Hopefully we can get the fast cycle if our movement is top-notch. So we're just going to... Ooh, I've never done that movement before. Let's see if we got it. Yes? Question mark? Yes. Okay, beautiful. We did get a fast cycle before that mineral decontaminator closed on us. We skipped a half a cycle. So we can just go straight to the end of level as quickly as we can. Right here in level 10, it is the level that we introduced to the fact that we can leave lamps in the dark. We have to remember that the shadows will only ever kill organic material, so like human beings, plants, all that jazz. And so right here, we're going to put that lamp right here. I hope that was right. We're going to leave that lamp in the dark, and then we're going to use the light that we got from this lamp in order to go to the other side here. Thank goodness that worked. I was very afraid that it wasn't going to. And then we're just going to shine this lamp right here and take this lamp all the way over here.
Man, you're just tearing through levels. How many levels are there?
38, but the two of them are really long. Actually, we got a little bit of a jab to Aperture Sciences there while I was talking. This canonically takes place in the Portal universe. Valve themselves gave the blessing of Tunnel Vision games to use Aperture Sciences and other Portal stuff in this game. So canonically, this takes place in the same world. Right here, this is a cutscene, and one thing that I like to do during this cutscene is kind of jump across this small section over here. If it doesn't matter if you die during this cutscene, the cutscene will just keep playing. It doesn't matter. So no matter what you do, you will not be able to lose time. But yeah, I like to come here because you're not technically supposed to be here, but you do have to die to get to the other side back. But with that being said, Dayman, if you want to say some stuff, you can right now as this cutscene is playing.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We do actually have a couple donations. We've got a $64 donation from Quillen the Fish that says, "Hey everyone, thanks for having me. Here is, as promised, $32 for me and $32 for my parents. I appreciate all the runs and enjoy the rest of the marathon, everyone." And then, just a couple minutes later, we have another $3 from Quillen the Fish that says, "Lol, funny number on the donation tracker." Thank you very much, Quillen the Fish. I believe that does improve our progress towards a couple of these incentives. Now we only have $11 left. I'm sorry. Yeah, $11 left of the 100 needed for Omega Boost to upgrade to hard mode. And then we still need another $15 to get the bonus score attack in Hotline Miami. So keep them coming in.
Wonderful, wonderful. Here in level 11, it's just a cycle-based level. There's not much to say about it. Although in my speedrunning, there was like a small phase of time for some reason I would always die in level 11. I don't know why, because it's not a hard level. Oh my God! What? I had to say something. I just had to say something. Well, you know, that's what I get for being confident in myself. You know, just dying in the level that I say that I always die in. I guess that's the reason why I would always die in level 11, my speedrunning. First, unintentional death. Look at that. But right here, we're just gonna jump across the light that we use with this lamp, and we have a very interesting skip coming here in the beginning of level 12. The moment that we load into the level, we just have to retry. Each level has a designated start and stop point. The designated start point for this level is right before this puzzle right here that skips an elevator sequence that we had to go through, saving, I believe, a minute. I have no idea how long that cutscene is. I completely forgot. That was discovered by accident by one of our runners, Rebel Rose. She's found a lot of stuff for this game and has been here since the beginning. Since launch. And right here in level 13, we're getting introduced to a wonderful new character as we go into this like pinkish area. It's her name is Ellen. Everyone say hi to Ellen.
My name is Ellen.
All right, hello Ellen. So whenever we're in this like pinkish reddish tintish areas, we're gonna get a lot of lore drops from Ellen, although we are just too fast for Ellen to say everything that she needs to say in this game. But she's kind of like the voice of reason for Lightmatter. She's gonna be kind of unveiling all the things that Virgil and Arthur, his partner, have been up to in Lightmatter Industries or Lightmatter Technologies. And right here in level, I feel like mid-game, like level 13 to like level 21 and a little bit of levels after that, have like some of the most satisfying movement in this game to do fast. But right here in level 14, we're going to come in here and get another really good skip that we have. So we're just going to go across here, and we're going to put this lamp onto this platform right here. Perfect. We're going to bring those across, and then we're going to put this lamp right here on the edge of this fan blade, and we're going to stand on the edge of the fan blade in order to ride it across as we press the button. You want to make sure that your positioning is pretty precise there, because otherwise you're going to get pushed off of the fan blade if you're too close to the edge and then get put onto the stable platform. But lining yourself up correctly, you can in fact move with the fan blade as it goes across. But that was a pretty good level 14. That's a pretty satisfying skip. We do have different variations of those skips, as well as an even faster way that's actually pretty inconsistent that no one really uses. But right here in level 15, we get introduced to Virgil again. Hi, Virgil. And we're just going to use a full cone of light that we got from the lamp in order to shine both sensors at the same time in order to go across through this area. Level 16 is an incredibly satisfying level to do fast. So let's hope that I do it right. First of all, we're going to grab this lamp and bring it up to the second floor, and then we're going to go up to the third floor and shine that light onto this sensor. And we're going to kind of make use of the fact that whenever you pick up a lamp, the lamp just kind of snaps forward. You don't really have to turn it. And then we're going to shine the lamp through this hallway and jump onto the light that it produces before the door closes on us and kills us. Right here in level 17, we are going to, again, use another example of the full cone of light that we get from a lamp. First off, we're going to shine that light onto this sensor, and then we're going to use the full cone of light from this lamp in order to shine onto both hallways right here. And then we're going to make sure that we keep this lamp shining onto that sensor as we're walking through, otherwise the door in front of us will close and Virgil will laugh at us. Right here in level 18 and 19, we use the same skip, but we use it in like 2 different ways. And the reason that I say that will be pretty obvious soon. So right here, we're just going to bring that lamp across by shining the light onto this sensor. Beautiful. And then we're going to open this door and grab the lamp that we brought. Oh my goodness, I haven't messed that up in a while. I even like waited a little bit to make sure that didn't happen. But I guess I just didn't wait long enough. There we go. Perfect.
Just got a hold of our government contacts. They told him that we were not.
Perfect. There we go. So right here, we're just gonna line this lamp up with these outlets on the wall, shine it in this direction, and the light that it produces onto these tables are just enough for us to walk across them without dying. There's a reason that works, and I will explain it in a spot that's a little bit more appropriate later in the game. But we're gonna do that exact same thing here, and we're just going to shine the light across these. Excuse me, I jumped, but I guess not. We're going to shine this light across these pipes right here, and it's just enough light for us to go across them without dying. Okay. I had this perfect in practice, but then again, everything goes perfect in practice, doesn't it? It's not until you start to do them live that you start messing them up. Well, let's go. Perfect. Wonderful. Alright, here in level 20, we have a pretty interesting skip. Whenever you're, you don't have to be on the same like height plane as a lamp in order to pick it up. You just have to be within grabbing distance of it, and we're gonna make use of that by putting this lamp right here, going onto this table, grabbing it, and then putting it onto this table and grabbing it from over here. That is a skip that prevents a lot of back and forth movement of bringing like the elevator up and down using that lamp. And so we're just going to skip a good amount of time with that. I think it's around 17 seconds, or it could be even less than that. It's been a while since I refreshed myself on the exact time saves of all the skips in this run. Right here is also the first level in which introduced to like strafing with lamps. A lot of people, when playtesting, they didn't realize that they had to strafe with the lamps in their hands, and as they are shining onto the sensors. And here in this level, we actually do it twice. Once over there and once right here. We have to keep moving, keep the light shining onto the sensor as we go through. So, level 21. There's not much to say about level 21. It's kind of just a transitional level between level 20 and 22. However, there is going to be a interesting skip that we get back here because level 23 uses the same map. We're going to come back to this area. And we're going to use a little interesting thing with the developer's commentary, believe it or not. So yeah, level 22 that we're going to get into right now is pretty much the biggest level in, not the biggest level in the game, but it's the second biggest level. The biggest level in the game is the last one. So right here, we're going to be doing 2 separate puzzles on 2 different floors. One at the bottom, one at the top over here. This is a level that was kind of built top down in Legos in order to give the developers a bit better perspective on how they want to building this one. We're going to bring this lamp across, and we're just going to ride the very thin line of light that it produces on this edge right here. We're going to place it pretty specifically so that it shines the majority of this platform on the left-hand side, because we are going to come back to this floor in a little bit. Here in the top section, we have a bit of a different puzzle. The bottom section was 2 platforms going left to right with lamps on each of them. Here is 4 platforms platforms going in a full rotation with 2 lamps that we need to solve this puzzle with as well. We're going to bring this lamp over here, shine this lamp towards it. We're going to bring this lamp off of the platform and shine it across here. Then we're going to press this button twice to bring the second lamp with us. And then we're going to use this lamp to shine across this hallway. Like that. Perfect.
Well done, journalist.
Alright. And after this, we're just going to jump across into this room. And then this elevator is going to come down and it's going to save us. Right? There's no way that something bad is going to happen a second time. Technically a third time. I missed the joke with the second one. But yeah, of course, the elevator likes to crash because elevators just love crashing in this game. Let's have a cup of coffee. Why don't we? Why is there so much coffee in this room? I have no idea. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Like 19 cups of coffee? Is there 19 employees? Well, I guess there's 19 employees here. It doesn't matter. There's like 19 cups of coffee all in the same section. This looks ridiculous when it's like paired all together like that. And some of them are in drawers too. Anyway, I'm getting off topic.
Look, we've all had that day where we need 19 cups of coffee.
Exactly, right? I know I have. But right here, we're going to get introduced to Ellen again. She's kind of discovering a lot of what Arthur is doing in Lightmatter Technologies. Right here, we're actually doing level 22, like this, the bottom floor, but backwards, in order to get back to the main, that little hub area that we saw in level 21. But in this time, it will be called level 23. But we're just going to go straight through here. And then, after this, we're going to turn on developer's commentary once we get into level 23, right through here, after going through this door. Extras, developer commentary. We're going to grab this one, and then we're going to turn it back off. It doesn't matter, because it's an IGT, so the timer pauses. Thank you. The reason that I do that is because there is a line that Virgil says here, and this door that I'm in right now, it will not open until that line is finished. However, if you turn on developer's commentary and then grab that audio for the developer's commentary, Virgil will just not say the line. It'll get cut off by the developer's commentary instead. And so as a little free skip, that's like an intended skip, if you pick up that developer's commentary, the developers has decided, just to open the door for you so that you don't have to wait until the developer's commentary ends to go through. That is a free 20-second skip. Usually, in normal runs, we would have it so that you have the developer's commentary on from the very beginning of the run, so that mid-run you don't have to pause and turn it on. However, I really like to show off the voice acting in this in my marathon runs, especially because Natalie Hitzel and David Bateson, Natalie Hitzel doing some voices in Genshin Impact, and David Bateson, who is Hitman, Agent 47, they do absolutely amazing work in this game. So yeah, that's why I like to keep it on here. But right here in this level, we get introduced to orbs. Orbs will always have a line of light connecting between them, as long as one of them is connected to a mother source. They're really called photon crystals, but I had to call them orbs because of the meme. But right here, we're just going to bring this orb, and we're going to really push the limits as to how far we can bring these connections between the mother sources and the light and the orbs. We're going to triangulate this line of light right here, and we're going to bring this orb right here. Bring this platform underneath across, and we're going to do something that I didn't mention earlier called rail grinding, in which you just grind across the rails of some moving platforms right here. And it's a lot harder than it looks, especially if one side doesn't have like a platform you can like fall back onto, because the game, it's always trying to push you off left or right. It's not like a completely flat platform, and so you have to constantly balance yourself. But we're going to see a really good example of actually a really fast rail grind in level 33, I believe it is. Level 26 right here. We're going to bring this platform around halfway through, jump onto it, and we're gonna bring this orb onto this platform right here. Bring it across. This is a first example of a moving mother source that we have right here. We're gonna bring this orb onto this platform, bring it across, and then put it onto this corner. And then we're gonna take this orb, put it all the way towards this fence, so that it connects with the mother source. We're gonna rail grind across this rail, but wait a minute, there's no light on it. Why didn't you die? The reason that I didn't die is because in Lightmatter there are some points around the character's feet, and if enough of those points are covered in shadow, the game will kill you. However, for some reason, in that specific rail, not enough points around your feet are covered in order to kill you, which is strange because in every other rail that has shadow, it will kill you. So that's kind of like the technicalities behind the way that shadows work in this game and the way that it kills you. In certain sections, you probably did see me go across like small little tidbits of shadow and not die, and that's why, because not enough shadow was there to kill me. But right here in level 27, it's kind of like an auto walker, as we'd like to call, because it's just me going in like a circle twice. This is like the intended solution, but fast, or as fast as we can make it. But right here, we're just gonna make sure that we put that lamp right there on that line, and then bring the lamp, this orb, over here, so we can jump across and get over to level 28. And level 28 doesn't have an actual skip that we need to do. So first off, we're gonna just go through here, bring this orb onto the other side of this platform, and then move this platform over here to the right, so that's out of our way. We're gonna bring this orb so that it connects with the second orb over here, and then bring this orb across and put this orb on the very tippy corner of this platform right there. And then we're going to bring this orb across. It doesn't really matter where it is. And then we're going to bring this platform across back to where we were here, and then bring this second orb onto this platform. And then we're going to bring this orb all the way here, and if we orient the first orb correctly, we're actually able to really push the limit of how far we can bring the connection of those lights. Even though the light itself is red, meaning it's almost about to break, we can just have enough light to jump across that little sliver of light on the other side of the room there. And if you had a really keen ear on the left hand side of your headphones, you probably heard Still Alive from Portal playing on a little radio in the room. But yeah, that's another little Portal reference that we have here. We're going to have one more later that I'll mention. However, in level 29, there's not a lot to say about level 29, because it's, again, the intended solution, but fast. No one really likes level 29 just because it's a bit longer and there's not really much interesting to say about it. But right here, one thing that I can say at least is that in this particular level, we have had reports of if you put the orbs too close together, you essentially can't pick them back up. It's a weird bug that happened. I'm not sure if it's patched. I think it is, but I could be wrong on that information. So we have had reports of that doing. So even if you're going fast, you do want to make sure that you're not going too fast to the point where you're kind of being reckless and just putting the orbs anywhere you want. But right here, we're going to bring this orb across and close this door. Excuse me. Thank you. And then we're going to connect this orb with that one over there and go all the way back around in order to finish the level. We do have a little glitch that we can do where if you restart level and then quit the main menu, or quit the main menu and then restart level, the game will save your position, but it will put everything else in the level back to where it was. And so it does allow you to, finish level pretty quickly in certain cases. However, with that being said, it's a really weird it's a really weird glitch because the game, since you quit the level and then restarted the level, quit the menu and then restarted the level, the game thinks that you're in level 1. So whenever you go to a loading zone, the game will wrong warp you to level 2. So it's really not viable for like full game runs. it's just viable for ILs and stuff like that. But that was found by Rich Hunter Valcor, which he's found so much stuff in this game. The only really thing that I can say about level 30 is you really don't want your brain to go on autopilot in this particular section because of how many times you're pressing the button, how many times you need to put the lamp or put the orb back on and off the platform, and it's just really easy for your brain to go on autopilot. And I know because my brain has gone on autopilot and I've like pressed the button too many times, which means I have to wait for whole another cycle for the platform to get back to where I want it to go, all that jazz. And so here in level 31, it's just really a transition level between 30 and 32. There's not much to say about it. But this is also another level where I'm going to make the joke that we're going to get saved. And then we're immediately not going to. You see, you're just going to go through that door. There's no way that this is going to go wrong. We're just going to press this button. And then this bridge is going to come over to the right side. We're going to go across it, and we're going to exit that door. And go to safety. No, never mind that there's a bunch of light down there on that ramp. You know, that's irrelevant. There's no way that this is going to go wrong. This is truly the end. We're just going to walk across here. Except it's not the end, because why would it be? We're going to fall down there.
You need to handle bridges with more finesse.
You're right, Virgil. I do need to handle bridges with more finesse. How foolish of me. But since you suffered that fall, surprisingly, you didn't die. But you are moving a little bit slower as if you were injured. But that injury doesn't last long because the moment that you go into level 32, you end up going to normal speed. Yeah.
Just walks it off.
Yeah, just walk it off a little bit. You know.
Do I have time to get a quick donation before we keep going?
You will in like a minute. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so we're gonna go through level 2. We're gonna really push the limits as to how. Ooh, okay, that's never happened before. Look at that. So we're gonna really push the limits as to how far we want to move these connections to between these orbs. We're gonna make sure that the line of light is like blaring red, like extremely red. And we're gonna bring this orb over here, and we're gonna bring this orb here so it connects to it on the other side. And we're going to do a bit of a safe shot by moving this orb back so we can have a bit of a straighter line between these two orbs. You could technically don't have to do that, but just for the sake of safety, we're going to. Level 33, we have a quick rail grind that we have. It's a really fast one too, because whenever you do a rail grind off of a moving platform, you kind of keep the momentum that you had. Let's see if we get it. Ooh, okay. We kept it for a little bit. We got pretty fast there. If you do that perfectly, you can go to zoom across the rail. But right here, we're gonna go into level 34, and I think now would be a good time for a donation if you'd like.
Excellent, thank you very much. We have $15 from MASH that says score attack, because that means that we have now met the incentive for the bonus score attack in Hotline Miami. But we still need that $11 more to get Omega Boost up to hard mode. So if you want to see hard mode, get your donations in.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. But with that being said, level 34 is a huge story dump. I wish I could tell you what the lore is here, but I completely forgot. One thing that we are going to be doing, however, is we're going to be overloading the core in order to kind of sabotage what Virgil is doing here in Lightmatter. However, I will say that when I press this button, a huge photosensitivity warning. The entire screen in a few seconds is going to turn blaring white. There's going to be a bit of movement. So if you're sensitive to light, suffer from epilepsy, or you're just sitting in your room in the middle of the night and your brightness is all the way up, turn your brightness down, look away, do whatever you need to do. So this is gonna be pretty bright here. Yep. But with that being said, it is now safe to look back. All right. So after we overloaded the core, we got rid of some of the shadows that actually kill you, and we realized that sometimes being in the dark is okay. It's not normal shadows that kill you; it's just specific shadows that kill you. The shiny shadows, as I like to call it, but the game refers to them as tar-like substances. Right here, these are the shadows that kill you. You need to jump across these. Right here in level 35, as we transition. We do have one more portal reference that we're going to be looking at during this run. and I will point it out. Make sure you're looking out for it, and you're paying attention to when I'm calling it out. But we're just gonna bring this orb across around, and we're gonna bring this lamp or this orb over here to connect to this one in this room. And if you, as I'm exiting this room, look left right now. If you saw it, did you see it, Dayman? Did you see it?
Oh, I saw it.
You saw it, yes. It was a turret and a weighted storage cube from Portal in that room. That is the final Portal reference that we're going to be seeing throughout this run. Right here is another really good example of just me doing a lot of back and forth movement. Just because, you know, I know how to solve these puzzles. I know what I'm doing. So, trust me, casually speaking, some of these puzzles are really hard to solve. So I highly recommend, you know, picking up this game for the casual experience as well, because it's really nice. I'm going to attempt level 36 skip. It's a really inconsistent skip. We don't know why it works, but we're gonna try and. It's a really simple skip as well. We're gonna bring this lamp over here onto this platform, and then we're going to bring this platform. Actually, hold up. I need to bring it back and forward, or so that the checkpoint reset happens. If I can get level 36 skip within 3 tries, I will donate $15. So all you have to do is, okay, it didn't work that time for whatever reason. If you manage to like rail grind pretty well here, sometimes you can just get a little bit of a boost upwards and onto this platform. You can't jump with the lamp, with the orb in your hand, but let's see if we can get it one more try. Okay, I'm gonna try it one more, and then if not, we're just gonna pull the plug on this. Okay, no. So whenever like you really don't have to keep trying after like 3 tries, because then it won't save time anymore. But the reason that should work is because whenever you rail grind across and you get a little bit of a bump upwards, so you can get back onto that platform. We just don't know why it works. There's no way for us to like get it consistently. If you want to find a way to do level 36 skips consistently, please, by all means, we would love for you to try. But it's just we haven't found a way to do it consistently. Only like 5 people have been able to get it. Me, Lycos VK, Rebel Rose, Bobby Berm, and Captain Wreckbeard. We're the only people that have been able to get it. And it's just we don't know how to make it consistent. And it saves like 20 seconds. It pretty much saves all of the puzzle of level 36. And so, like, if you can find a way to make it consistent, we would love to hear it. But right here, we're just going to go straight across to this section and finish up with level 36. Level 36 is a lot of different solutions, but yeah, that was one of them. I think that was, we obviously do like the objectively fastest one, but level 36 and also level 37 right here. There's an example of a level that has a lot of different solutions that you could do, but we obviously do the objectively fastest one. We're gonna bring this orb over here on this section, and we're gonna line it up with this line on the floor right there, and then we're just gonna go straight across, shine this lamp onto this sensor right here so we can keep that bridge over on the left side. We're going to bring this orb right over here. Make sure that the connection between the 2 orbs is not red, it's not pink, or it's not red, it's not white, but it's pink, which means that it's a slightly weak connection. So we're going to bring this lamp over here, we're going to shine it across that section so we can come back to it later, and then we're going to slightly move this orb out of the way so that it doesn't produce any more light, and so that the sensor will keep the bridge over here on this side to where we need it to be. But right here in level 37, we're just going to jump across using the light that we got from the lamp, and this is going to be the final level that we're going to come up to here. It's the longest level in the game. It's 9 to 10 minutes long, but we're going to be retrying this. Do the same retry skip to skip a 2-minute cutscene, elevator sequence, because the beginning portion of this section is right when this is about to happen. However, we skip 1 2-minute cutscene, but we do have to go through another 2-minute cutscene. So Dayman, if you want anything to say, you have 2 whole minutes to say it.
Perfect. I mean, that's a good opportunity to do some plugs. Obviously, we're here supporting Save the Children, and which is a charity we've worked with before, and they do amazing work. For the first time in human history, an entire generation has had their education disrupted. In April 2020, over 1.6 billion learners are out of school. When children miss out on education, they can feel the impacts for the rest of their lives. A good quality education helps children reach their full potential. So please give what you're able to help out with Save the Children. But not only that, this is in fact a party. This is launch party, and we are here celebrating the release of SpeedDocs' new Jack 2 video. So you can check that out on youtube.com/SpeedDocs or by typing !Jack 2 in the chat to get that link. Back to you, Oz.
You still have like a minute. You can say some more stuff if you need to, unless you're out of stuff.
I mean, I could always talk more. Just again, as a reminder, so we do have some upcoming polls in addition to our existing incentives. We still have that Omega Boost, but not only that, we have polls to determine the next SpeedDocs video. We currently have Chameleon Twist in the lead with $147, Super Mario Galaxy behind that at $75, Tony Hawk's Underground 2 at $28, and Twilight Princess at $20, but still plenty of time for all that. You can determine the character for Resident Evil 2, which will be happening later on today. And of course, follow our good old runner Ozmourn.
Thank you so much, Damon. Yeah, it's really nice to be back on the SpeedDocs channel. I was back here. I was here for Gary Aid, and now I'm back here for Launch Party. I'm really glad to be here. And so if I need to start learning some new. Actually, no, that's a lie. You guys still haven't accepted 2 of my runs, so I can do that for whenever the next event is. Yeah, I think last time I was here, I ran Superliminal and Ape Out, and here I am with Lightmatter and Antichamber. So I like to offer a lot of variety into these. But with that being said, we're gonna go straight into level 38. All of it is a cycle-based level. Unfortunately, I think I messed up a little bit of the movement at front, so I don't think I'm getting the fast cycle here. Okay, actually, I didn't jump, so it didn't matter if I got the fast cycle or not. But we're just gonna play it safe here. But dying in this level actually isn't that much of a time loss. It's you get quick respawns in this level because it's kind of supposed to be a huge chase / escape sequence, and also this is the first level that loads into chunks. Like the entire level isn't loaded in at once, and so just because you miss one fast cycle does not necessarily mean you're going to miss the next fast cycle. However, that being said, just because you get one fast cycle doesn't mean you're necessarily going to get the next fast cycle. They're all kind of independent of each other, but there's no items in this level, there's no lamps, there's no orbs, there's nothing that you need to pick up, and so we can just
that won't work.
hold up.
Not now, Lux.
This is okay, there we go. I was like on the edge of that particular platform there. Sometimes that likes to happen, but hopefully we can get the fast cycle for this section right here. Ooh, that was really good. Perfect. And with that being said, with that fast cycle we can get a pretty good cycle right over here. Perfect. I always wondered whose glasses these are. In all honesty, canonically they're probably from someone that died in Lightmatter, but this is just a really weird place to have glasses. I'm just wondering. But with that being said, we thankfully got a few good fast cycles here. Whenever I pull a lever in this level, like I'm gonna do right now, I will give a photosensitivity warning, because that means we're gonna be overloading the core, and so the giant flash of light is gonna happen. This one's not that bad, but I still just want to make sure that it's present. I will be giving multiple photosensitivity warnings throughout level 38, because just for safety. But yep. All right, that photosensitivity warning is over. We're gonna try and see if we can get the fast cycle for this next platform, level 38. Perfect, we did. Great. But right here, after overloading that core, Virgil is now catching on to what we're doing, and is now actively trying to kill us by moving all these platforms and trying to engulf us with the shadows. But we're just too fast for him. too fast to be killed. But right here, we're just going to go down into this area. We're going to try and avoid some of these ledge grabs by heading onto the corners here. And Virgil now thinks that we are a spy. Look at that. Our identity has kind of been changing a lot throughout the run. At first we were just some unknown person. Then we were a health inspector. Then a journalist. Then Virgil's assistant, and now we're a spy. We don't really know who we are. We don't really have any context as to who we are. And honestly, I kind of like it that way. Leaves a lot of things up to interpretation. But with that being said, we're going to have a nice little skip here in level 38 found by our glitch hunter Ralcor. And the way that the skip works is we're just going to jump across this, and for whatever reason, the death planes in these pipes just aren't there. In the center, they're just not there. There's no death plane there, and so we can just jump across them and get to the end of that room pretty quickly. Again, that was found by our glitch hunter Ralcor. He is amazing. He every now and again, I think that he's like done with this game and he's not gonna find anything else. But like every few months, he comes back and posts a new video in the Discord of like, oh yeah, there's a skip that I found here, and it's just like I don't understand how he even begins to find some of this stuff. Also, huge light warning, about a huge flash of light right here. But yeah, Ralcor, I don't like. Shout out to Ralcor. He's just done so much for this game. I have no idea how he keeps finding things. But with that being said, we're just gonna go straight into this next section of the level 38, in level 38. In this like yellowish, orangish area, we're gonna have a very small skip, but a good skip nonetheless. After going through this particular section. But we're just going to go straight across here, and we're going to try and get to the end of this section before the shadow engulf us. And that what we did right there when we grabbed onto that corner and jumped across. That's a small skip that we can do to avoid some platforming, all that jazz. It's pretty good. But with that being said, we're just going to go straight here. We're almost at the end of the game, the actual end of the game. I'm not lying to you guys this time, I promise. But we're just going to go across here. Jump. Oh! I was very afraid that wasn't going to work, but thank goodness it did. We're going to jump across here. There was a fast cycle that we thought saved time here, but it turns out it wasn't a fast cycle because it's not fast enough to get to the next fast cycle, if that makes any sense. But it was pretty inconsistent, and this late into the run, when you're on PB pace, you really don't want to be dying. And so we're just going to be playing it safe here because it was proven to not save any time. We have 2 more cycles that we want to get. We're just going to be jumping across back and forth between some platforms right here. So we want to get this fast cycle right here. Perfect. And then we have one last fast cycle coming up to this section. And that'll be the final cycle. Final trick of the run. Beautiful. And now we are going to go onto this platform, and then that is the run. That is the actual legitimate end of the run. We're just going to be going across here to this to the end of this hallway, and we get introduced to James, Virgil's assistant. He came back to that guy right here, this mountain of a man in the window over here. James, we believe, is here to sabotage us and kill us, but we realize that James finally has a mind of his own, and he is going to go against Virgil here, and destroy everything here in Lightmatter with us. So, with that being said, we're just going to go straight across down here, and timing will end when I hit the lever at the end of this hallway. But thank you so much to Speed Doctor having me on again. It's very nice to be here. Very nice marathon that we're holding on with wonderful people and wonderful staff. But yeah, that has been Lightmatter any % in the major glitches. 3, 2, 1, time. That is 46:21 IGT. Damon, can I get my final time RTA? What was it?
Looks like we're sitting at about 46:39.
46. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty decent. I'd say that's pretty nice. So yeah, that is any % no major glitches for Lightmatter. I hope that I introduced y'all to a pretty good run, a pretty decent run, a pretty good game as well. Again, it is $15 on Steam. I don't know if it's still on sale. it was on sale for $5 last time I did a run, but I don't know if it's still on sale anymore. But even the $15 is pretty nice. But with that, yeah, it's we're just gonna go straight into the next run with Antichamber 100%. But yeah, check out this game on Throne.com. Join the Discord. You can join the Discord directly from the main menu of this game. We're a very small community. We do share a Discord with the developers, like the developer Discord, and so the developers like to check in on what we're doing every now and again and all that jazz. They're very supportive of the speedrunning community, and so we really like to have more faces running this game. And so yeah, if what I presented to you was interesting, I highly recommend picking it up. There's also a demo, so you should check the demo out. So yeah, but with that being said, that is all from me for this run. Shout out to everyone in the Superliminal community. It's Superliminal. No, it's another game that I run. Shout out to everyone in the Lightmatter community. Shout out to the Superliminal community too. They're good. Shout out to everyone in the Lightmatter community.
Awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll be right back with Antichamber. So
yeah, absolutely fantastic run. We're just going to give us just one short little break here. Go to a very brief intermission, and then we're going to be back with more puzzle action.